Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is Tuesday, May 6th, because yesterday was May 5th. And dates tend to go in order like that. Big surprise. But anyway, thank you guys for coming by and participating in Free Comic Book Day. It was a pretty cool day. First comic day in-house that I've had. Saw a lot of familiar faces, even saw some new faces, which is always good. It was just a good time, very good time. It was busy all day, which thank you for making it busy. So anyway, and then moving on from that, I guess it's just today. This is today's What's in the Box. And I hope you X-Men fans are excited because it's exciting. Not only for the preview of stuff that I included last week, but there's also something else here. And I'll save that for last. But before I start getting into that, this Saturday is May 10th, and it will be the Crawfordsville Comic and Card Show. Here's the dates again for those of you that may have missed it or may have forgotten. But yes, this Saturday, May 10th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Please go. Please enjoy it. It's always a good time. Always lots of vendors. I think Bunny even mentioned that last month's we had like 18 vendors on the wait list, which is mind-blowing. The show is getting bigger and bigger, and the participation is growing stronger and stronger. It's always a good time. I, myself, will not be there this Saturday, unfortunately, because I will be at Muncie Comic-Con. We've provided some details on that on my Facebook page, so please check that out. But that show is also a very good show. Very concentrated for comics. There's a few toy vendors, Funko vendors that are there. Several artists are there. I believe even Gavin and Stuart will be there. If you did not see them at my event, then please go to Muncie and see these guys. Super cool, super rad every time. Always a good time seeing them. Crisp high fives given all the way around, right? So anyway, yes. So if you're staying local or coming to Crawfordsville, Comic and Card Show at the 4-H grounds, 10 to 3. And then if you're not coming to Crawfordsville or if you're not local and you want to go to a solid comic book show, that is the Muncie Comic-Con. Like I said, I'll be there. My buddy that was here for my anniversary, Jake at IL Comics, he will be there. And then the other Jake, Lost Comics, will be there as well. So, and then there's local guys that always throw down. They always have a huge setup. Their names are escaping me right now. Horrible, bad Mikey. But anyway, so that's what's going on this weekend. And then I guess I'll quickly mention the Lebanon show, May 24th at the Boone County Fairgrounds. We'll be providing more information on that after this week because we want all of you to either come to the Crawfordsville show or the Muncie show, right? Anyway, so, you ready? You ready to see what's in the box? Yes. So I'll start with some oldies here. These are Marvel Presents. So this is the first appearance of Bloodstone. I forget his name. I didn't write his name on the back here. But Elsa Bloodstone's father. It's that guy. Let's see. Is it on the cover? No, it is not. But anyway, Marvel Presents, 1, 2, 3, and then it just keeps going. A lot of the Guardians of the Galaxy. This is kind of like their first run of books here. Yeah. See? Lots of Guardians of the Galaxy. Pretty cool there. This, I'm not quite sure if I am going to put this as a bundle or if I'm going to put it out in the back issues, because it's a solid run of Captain Marvel. And this is Captain Marvel #1. This is his first solo story, and then I think this is, second appearance of Carol Danvers. So if you're a Captain Marvel fan, if you're a Miss Marvel fan, Carol Danvers fan, what have you, this is a solid run to get your hands on. Now, good or bad, no matter how you look at this, a lot of the issues are kind of mid to low grade, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Low grade is better than no grade, especially if you don't already own them. But they're great reader copies. If you ever wanted to get your hands on these and actually read them and enjoy them for what they are, this is the perfect opportunity to do so. Because a lot of people, some of these sideline stories and a sub character, like a B-list character, people actually, they look forward to reading them. But because of the age of the books, or maybe even the combination of age and grade of the book, they don't feel like they can invest in them, i.e. they don't want to drop a ton of money on them. So this is a good opportunity to grab something that you maybe didn't think that you needed to own or read. Yeah. And then this series is pretty cool, especially for you Doctor Doom fans. Super Villain Team Up. So, again, a solid run. You have your Submariner, Doctor Doom, Red Skull, Fantastic Four characters, all kind of getting involved in the story to some degree. Kind of an obscure series. Again, it's primarily focused on Doctor Doom. So if you are a Doctor Doom fan, this is perfect for you. It's right up your alley. It's a great read. I mean, it's fun. It's cool. It's different. Again, to further your collection on Doctor Doom stuff. And it's a good run. It's an absolutely good run. Moving on to another box. And of course, I'm leaving the best for last. Best for last, yes. This is going to go quick. It's already been... there's a few issues I shouldn't say it's been picked through, because it really hasn't, because there's still quite a bit. But the original Volume 1 What If series, so it starts at number 3 here. But yeah, lots of people going after What If books right now. The TV series on Disney Plus definitely kind of thrust it into the mainstream. But really, I mean, this has been a sought after series forever. It's capturing storyline from your main characters. That's not What If. Went too far. Yeah, definitely capturing storylines from main characters and stuff. But it's a bit of a break from the norm, right? Because it's thrusting them into situations or scenarios that they're not normally involved in, or breaks away from, the stories that we know. Hence, what if, right? So you probably, you saw a little snippet here already. A handful of Marvel feature. So these are your classic Ant-Man and Wasp stories. And then it ends with the Blood Brothers against Thing. Cool story there. This is the original run of Marvel Spotlight. A handful of books here. So I wish we had the earlier numbers. If you know what I'm talking about, the earlier numbers have some very, very juicy books in there. Let's see here. Bear with me. I am sorting. And then this is the second volume of Marvel Spotlight. So more Captain Marvel. So again, going off of the earlier books, if you're a Marvel or Captain Marvel fan, there's a good chunk of the character. You can just dive right in. And again, a lot of affordable copies, if you know what I mean. Now this one, very kind of niche clientele, I feel, that enjoys this series, because you kind of have to be a Fantastic Four fan, right? But Marvel 2-in-1, this series focuses primarily on Thing. So much like Marvel Team Up focuses on Spider-Man and his endeavors, the Marvel 2-in-1 focuses a lot on the Thing and crossovers involving him. So it's a very affordable series to get yourself into, and it exposes you to a lot of other characters that are in the MCU as well. So if you didn't, if you want to kind of familiarize yourself across the MCU and maybe expose yourself, not that kind of exposure, but familiarize yourself with some other storylines and stuff. Maybe you've never read a book with the Black Goliath, or you've never heard of Moon Dragon before. Lockjaw, who's that guy? Hyperion. There's a cool X-Men. Angel, Iceman. So yeah, so lots of Marvel 2-in-1 here. That's pretty much what we're finishing out here. Yep, finishing it out. A lot of the run. So, again, if you are a fan of either The Thing, Fantastic Four, or just retro books, it's a great opportunity to get your hands on these. Okay. So, and I apologize if my energy level and cadence is a little off. I had to pick my wife up at the airport this morning at 5 o'clock. So that was it's a lot. I'm going to be running a lot on coffee today. Coffee and wishful thinking, I think. Okay, so now my mustache is really bothering me today. Or it could just be the lack of sleep. You know how things just kind of get to you a little bit more. Tickling my nose. Yeah. X-Men. So, starting off with a couple nice books. I think we've seen these before a couple weeks ago. Number 5, First Maverick. Number 11, classic Jim Lee cover. Both in high grade condition. Great books. But this, my friends, whole box of X-Men and early X-Men. So last week and the week before, I showed off things like the Days of Future Past books, Origin of Colossus, cameo and first appearance of Alpha Flight. I even had an X-Men number 29. A lot of early stuff, right? Well, this is the rest of it. right? So starting with number 99, and unfortunately we're skip 100, but here's 102, and I'm just gonna flip through them, and I'm just gonna try to be quiet because these are awesome books. Very sought after books, very hard to find X-Men stuff, all classic Claremont stories. And a lot of them are in high grade. So if you are looking for investment copies of X-Men, this is the perfect opportunity. And notice a lot of them are newsstand copies. Newsstand copies, hard to find in high grade condition. Yeah, classic Dark Phoenix stuff. Death of Dark Phoenix. Just take that in for a second. Classic cover. Love that book. Cyclops leaving the team. Kitty Pryde showing up. Oh, look. Wendigo. Yeah. Classic Doom. Oh, look, there's another one. Those are the first Doom bots, I believe, if I remember correctly. That's the first Caliban. That's the classic, the Kitty Pryde pointing, saying something like, "Screw you, Professor X," or something like that. A couple of those. Yeah. Great stuff. Oh, look, a couple of those. Oh, 3 of those. That's second appearance of Rogue. So you Rogue fans out there. Yeah. Classic Wolverine. Oh, look, another one. Yeah, first Binary. Origin of Forge, or first appearance of Forge, sorry. First appearance of Nimrod. Yeah, first Rachel Summers as Phoenix. First Nathan Summers, the baby Summers. Classic Wolverine. Oh, it just keeps going. Just keeps going. First appearance of the Marauders. Classic Wolverine and Sabretooth. 2 of those. First appearance of Mr. Sinister. Yeah. Another handful. First cover appearance of Sinister. This is your Inferno series, Madeline Pryor. First appearance of Jubilee. This one's a little, that's a mid-grade copy, so very affordable if you're looking for a copy of Jubilee. Love that cover. Always have. Classic Jim Lee. Oh, another classic Jim Lee. The Phalanx, or Extinction Agenda. Last handful. And yet another handful, right? Told you. Full short box. Classic Magneto Rogue. Classic Jim Lee Wraparound, which I have the poster of, by the way. First Wolverine Gambit crossover. Cameo Bishop. First full Bishop. And then in some annuals, number 3 with Archon. 4 with Doctor Strange. 5 with Fantastic Four. 6 with Dracula. First X-Babies, I believe, on that one. Long shot. And then, yeah, you know what that is? First cameo of Gambit. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. X-Men fans rejoice. if you are in need of X-Men books, these are going to go quick. I can guarantee. X-Men are so hot right now, not only with, the X-Men 97 franchise or TV show, but with all the rumblings of them showing up in the MCU. We know that they're going to be in, what is it, the Doomsday movie. Alan Cummings reprising his role as Nightcrawler, Kelsey Grammer, Patrick Stewart, Ian McClellan, all those guys have been confirmed to show up in that movie. So we know it's coming. And these books are going to skyrocket. They've been climbing in value for the last few years already, but they're not done. I have a feel it. I can feel it. I've been collecting X-Men for a long time. That's my jam. So I can trust me. Just trust me. So I got some stuff back from CGC, right? So some cool, rad things to show off. I know everybody likes seeing their books on the videos. Likes me talking about their stuff because why wouldn't you? Right. So some couple obscure things, which is cool, because if people are either not familiar with them or just like seeing new stuff. This isn't Spider-Man. This isn't Batman. This isn't a lot of the mainstream things that you're used to seeing. It's just fun. It's just fun. So this one, this is signed by Jamie Tyndall, that was one of the writers on the book. But this is Jinkies, number 1, with a nice foil cover. This is limited to 20. There's 20 copies of this. So super, super rare, super hard to find. But this was, I believe, like a retailer exclusive convention foil SketchUp edition. So that means you had to have been at the convention, because that's 20 of these are not going to last through a convention. But yeah, 9/8, and then JSA authenticated the signature on it. So this was a C2E2 MegaCon exclusive. How do I know? Because it shows it on the back. So pretty cool thing on the back too. So anyway, that's number 1. Let's go with another kind of oddball here. This was submitted by the same gentleman. Again, obscure things. Jeffrey Dahmer versus Jesus Christ, number 1. It's as ridiculous as it sounds. Again, man, I need more sleep. Autographed by Hart D. Fisher. Signature had been or has been authenticated. And then it only came back as 6. But these books, this book is fairly old. Let's see, 1993. And again, very low print run on these. I can't remember if the gentleman said that he had bought it from a different store, if he found it in the wild somewhere. But still, just a very obscure book. Some of these independent books and low print run books, they have their own market. That's definitely for sure. It's a very wide market to try and stay on top of. Mainstream stuff, specifically, this is from my perspective. Mainstream stuff it's always in your face. It's always there, right? It's mainstream. So it's easier to kind of keep your finger on the pulse and be aware of things. This stuff is always fun because coming across it is super rare. Finding people that are like really into it and that's their thing is probably equally as rare. So it's always fun and refreshing to kind of see these things kind of pop up every now and then, and hear the stories behind it, and then me as a comic guy, taking the time to flip through them and read them and just kind of familiarize myself with the material, and just know they exist, albeit, it's there now, but it kind of slowly fades away over time just because, again, the obscurity of it, not being able to come across it as often. But, when you see these things kind of creep up, they definitely get put on your radar, especially when they're worth a lot. Even with this being a 6.0, this is still a couple $100 book, because it's just one of those things, right? And then everybody always loves, crime dramas and, kind of the non-authenticated biographies of pop culture people, whether they be, serial killers or whoever. People always have interest in that. Because there's always a glimmer of truth and substance behind it that you never really know until you read something. These are also by the same gentleman, and you'll recognize these. He got these last year at my grand opening. But there's a Ninja Turtles 142 signed by our buddy Gavin Smith, signature authenticated. And then another Ninja Turtles, number 143, also signed by Mr. Gavin Smith. This is probably one of my favorite covers that he's done. I had the opportunity to actually buy the original art that he made for that. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? Because that would have been super cool, especially in Ninja Turtle lore, to have, an original Mikey jumping on a skateboard. This one is actually mine. This was a personal submission. Just took it upon myself to finally get the signature authenticated. Some of you may or may not know, I have a buddy that he lives in Mexico, works at the Mexico City Comic-Con every year, and then also local shows. But has the opportunity to get his hands on, exclusive items, meets the artists and stuff like that. And he's a good connection. And I want to get into like the foreign books and foreign market a little bit, just to have something different, because some people, they've got all their X-Men, but do they have it in Spanish? Do they have it in German? No. Well, guess what? I have the book, that kind of thing. This one is a Mexican version or Hispanic version of Detective Comics number 880. You will notice the infamous cover that was on it. This was a con exclusive, I believe. And then notice there is a very fancy signature right there. That is Jock. And he's the artist that did the cover and has been around forever. Works in tandem a lot with Mr. Snyder, Scott Snyder. So you tend to, inadvertently collect one if you're collecting the other, because they tend to sync up on a lot on that stuff. Same thing with like Capullo. Now this should get your guys' hearts pumping, because this is going to be a thing. I'm actually going to take it out of the sleeve so you can see it much better. Now, Indianapolis Comic-Con, this is one of the treasures that I walked away with, and I'm going to pass it on to one of you. We can certainly talk about it once you come in to see it, but this is a 9/6 copy of X-Men 97 number 2, second print, signed by none other than Lauren Zahn, or Zane, that voiced Rogue, and Chris Potter, who voiced Gambit. How cool is that? Now, there are none of these on eBay. None. There's very few of these even graded on eBay. But to have a dual signed copy of X-Men 97 with both Rogue and Gambit on it, eat your heart out. 9.6. Bam. Yeah. How cool is that? How cool is that? And it even says, "Hey, sugar." And then, "With style, Cher, with style." Yes. Couple classic catchphrases by them throughout the show. There you go. Yeah. Now, the only reason why I'm giving it up is because I personally kept a X-Men Adventures #1, which is the first appearance of Morph. It has all the characters on it, or most of the characters. It doesn't have all of them. But I got that one signed by those two, as well as Alyssa Court, who did the voice for Jubilee, and then Cal Dodd, who did Wolverine's voice. He's going to be at PopCon this year in Indy, and then the gentleman that does Beast voice. So I'm going to get like the whole cast to sign that book, and that's going to be my baby. Yeah. Sad thing is that you can't really get it graded because there's so many signatures on it. They only authenticate 2 signatures. So whether I send it in, get 2, and then send it back in and get the next 2, I don't know how that works. But it doesn't matter. It's going to be mine. It's mine. I mean, that's childhood captured on a sheet of paper. That's it. That is absolutely it. Anyway, so I feel like I've wasted enough of your time at this point. Hopefully you guys enjoyed what you saw. Reach out to me if you have any questions. Again, X-Men fans, hit me up ASAP. MuncieCon is this weekend, and I know a lot of this will not survive. It will not. A lot of people are looking for that stuff, and then especially this guy. So, okay, enjoy it. Have a good Tuesday, and I will see all of you guys soon. Excelsior.